So now look at verse 20. What can David say more unto thee? For thou, Lord God, knowest thy servant. For thy word's sake, and according to thine own heart, hast thou done all these great things to make thy servants know them. So David, at this point, he's acknowledging the fact that I didn't make myself great. I didn't overcome Goliath. I haven't overcome the Philistines or the Ammonites or all these different battles that I've had to fight. I didn't do that. He acknowledges that. And look at verse 22. Wherefore thou art great, O Lord God. You can picture David singing, how great thou art. All of those feelings attached to that hymn are contained in this section from verse 20 down through the end of this chapter. David is reminiscing. He's reflecting on God's greatness, on his goodness, on his power and his mercy and his knowledge. There is none like thee, neither is there any God beside thee, according to all that we have heard with our ears. And then he talks about the people, that God redeemed them and he made them a name. Verse 24, he confirmed their name. Verse 26, he magnified them. All these words that the God of the universe has capacity to do, but the idol gods of the world can't do. You can only trust in the arm of flesh so long before it lets you down. But as Taylor said, that power coming from heaven that we can tap into, even if we've strayed, even if we've broken that covenant, we can return to the covenant and reconnect with God. It is firm, steadfast, and immovable, unshakable power that we have access to.
Let's tie this back into the Abrahamic promises, or more specifically, the unbreakable and enduring promises that God made to Abraham in Genesis chapter 12. For example, he says to Abraham, I will make of thee a great nation. I will bless thee and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing. David is the embodiment. He's one manifestation of the fulfillment of this promise. All these passages that Tyler was reviewing with us are about how David recognizes that God is great, and that David became great because he was aligned with the great one, that his name became great because he was aligned with the great name. So it's fascinating how the scriptures have all these powerful connections that connect the covenants and these major heroes who've chosen to align with God, that God can show he can do his work. When we walk away from God, well, our name won't be great and great things will not happen.